Oh dear. So a couple of days, or maybe should I say a couple of weeks ago, I made a video on Tana Mongeau and Jake Paul's wedding, which turned out, well, it turned out to be a little bit fake. And by a little bit fake, I mean the whole thing was fabricated. None of it was true. Literally none of it. They made you, the viewers, or not necessarily my viewers, but they made viewers pay, I think it was around $50 to watch a fake wedding, and they sold them dreams that Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau were going to get married and live happily ever after. Well, if we can just fast forward a couple of weeks. He's back with Jerrica. Well, he's not back with Jerrica, but Jerrica is back, allegedly. I feel like at this point I need to make allegedly like some sort of like catchphrase. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. After a wedding, there's often a honeymoon, which is basically where the groom and the bride go off on this luxury holiday, the holiday of their dreams, and have a really nice time together for usually a week or 2 weeks. And Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau have gone on theirs. Apart from unfortunately, Tana Mongeau had a family emergency, which she had to attend, and obviously that meant she couldn't attend the honeymoon. Now, instead of Jake Paul not going on this honeymoon with his bride, his wife, the love of his life, he decided he would go by himself, leave Tana Mongeau at home to deal with this emergency, this family emergency by herself, and instead go partying with his brother, with other girls, on a boat. Now, I'm not entirely sure how defensible this behaviour is, considering the love of your life, the bride you have just married is at home dealing with a family emergency, which must be quite serious, and you think it's okay to just go partying on a boat with your brother and other girls while she's at home dealing with this. I mean, that is pure Jake Paul behaviour. I will also mention that, you know how at the wedding there was this like fake incident. I think that's the only way I can get around it without saying the word. There was an incident, what happened when they were saying the vows, and they said it was real and it wasn't staged. Well, you know, the series, MTV series, what Tana's got, I think it's called Tana Turns 21, and they forgot to film her, you know, when she turned 21, because that's a very sensible thing to do. Well, in this, there's evidence. Just a quick one, just a quick interruption in this video. At the end of every video from now on, we're going to have a comment of the day, and if you find the comment of the day, you are granted hero status on this channel. So if you want to be granted hero status, then make sure to watch to the end and find out. There have been posts on social media, there's been like clips from this series, this episode, where someone is telling Tana that this incident is going to happen and it's all fake. So that's nice. But I suppose it's time we move on to Jerrica, because, I mean, that's probably what you're all here for. So Jerrica was a thing, Jake and Erica, for those that haven't made the connection. If you haven't made the connection, you're aware. I don't hold much hope for your exam results. But Jerrica, they were a thing a couple of years ago, and I think they might have got married as well, and then obviously they got divorced, and they had that Shane Dawson series where they called Jake Paul numerous different names and gave him some sort of like weird character. Anyway, coincidentally, just after that, they decided to split up, and I don't think they left on that good terms. From what I've seen, from what I've been reading, they haven't really been speaking much, not even sure if they're on speaking terms, until they sat down outside a restaurant and had a meal together while his wife, while the love of his life, was dealing with a family emergency. Because that is pure Jake Paul behaviour. I have come to the conclusion that Jake Paul is a clout monster. He is. He's a clout monster that just devours all clout. Any amount of clout he can get, he just devours it up. He's like a, I don't know, imagine like a bit like an octopus. He's got 8 arms going all at the same time, just reeling clout in as much as he possibly can. Now, going on a date or going for dinner with your... I'm not really sure what to call it without the symbol of doom, so we'll say his previous flame, we might get away with that one. His previous flame going on a date with her when his actual wife is dealing with a family emergency. That is a little bit strange, but I mean, you could maybe sort of like excuse that sort of behaviour if, I don't know, he told her, you know, just like informing her that this picture was probably going to appear on social media. Just tell her, just warn her in advance, explain the situation, explain that it's nothing actually going on, they're just meeting back up as friends, and I'm sure Tana would have probably been okay with that. It's a bit of a yikes from me, because Jake Paul, he obviously didn't tell Tana. Tana posted on social media a tweet which I can probably only show about 3 letters from because of the the nature of it, but it's apparent that she didn't know. She didn't know that Jake Paul, her husband, just say that one more time, her husband was going on a date with his previous flame. Now people who have been out with each other in the past, meeting up and going for something to eat, it's a little strange, but it's not like completely out of the question. As long as everybody knows what the situation is and that there's no like feeling still there, then I mean there's not real any harm in that. Because if you cast your minds back around 2 or 3 weeks, I made a video, shameless plug, on the Bella Thorne and Tana Mongeau drama where Bella Thorne was angry because Tana Mongeau went out with somebody she'd previously been out with. It was a little bit confusing, but that was basically the situation. So Tana can't really have any problems if she's going out with other people she's been out with, and Jake is, it's kind of the same thing. The only problem being like, you know, like an explanation would be nice. I'm not really sure we need one because it was just the fakest thing I've ever seen from the outset. And this all happened, this photo came out, it was very, very coincidental. It was such a coincidence. Keemstar's basically put something out, you know, the person who runs Drama Alert, put something out saying he's not got any news, he's not uploaded for 6 or 7 days, and he only wants news that he thinks people will be interested in, and he can make people really believe in. Fast forward another 4 hours, and Jake Paul's pictured having dinner with his previous flame. Honestly, Jake Paul saw that tweet and his Clout monster tentacles just started tingling and they started pulling him this way. They're like, I can't help myself! I feel like that was some sort of like accurate representation of Clout monster Jake Paul. Now I've got no problem with publicity stunts. I've got no problem with people doing things that are fake, you know, like every single Morgs video. I made a video on Morgs yesterday. He apparently got dropped by a fan. If you want to watch that, that's a second shameless plug, Wadey. We need to stop with these. But as I was saying, all Morgs videos are fake. They're all staged. They're all probably written. They've probably all got a script. He probably gives it to his mum, Morgs' mum, and Bold Martin. Learn your scripts, otherwise I'm kicking you out of my mansion. But either way, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty obvious that these videos are fake. They're obviously not real, and they're made for kids, which is, I mean, there's not really any problem with that. Kids obviously really enjoy them. So that's that. And Jake Paul and Tana getting married would have been fine. They've got views from it. They've got money from it. They've got clout from it. You know, Clout monster Jake Paul. He loves a bit of clout. He survives on clout. No clout is his kryptonite. But when you're charging fans $50 and you're not even making it seem real, you're not even making it last like a month, because I don't even think it's a month at this point. What day are we? We're on the 19th of August. I think it might be like 3 weeks. 3 weeks of them being married, and he's off partying with other girls on boats and meeting up with his previous flames, which is pure thoroughbred husband behaviour. It just needs to come to a point where Jake Paul, you know, like, acts his age a little bit, and I know he's a fantastic businessman and that's fine, but he needs to somehow realise the influence he has, the amount of people that really like him, the amount of little kids that really look up to him. And genuinely, they were really excited about Tana Mongeau and Jake Paul getting married. If you don't believe that, I did a video this is the third shameless plug, we need to stop. I'm not even going to reference this one, just for my own sanity. But I did make a video, and it got about 80,000 views. Just look at the comments, look at the like to dislike ratio when I said that this whole wedding was fake. All the kids in there, they were really angry when I said it was fake, and now they're going to be even angrier because they know it's fake. Surely you should just realise that these people genuinely believe what he's doing. They're not old enough to realise that this is not real. This is all an act. This is all a publicity stunt for money and clout. And he's telling these kids, along with Tana Mongeau, a bit of a dream. Now it's hard to criticise Tana because, I mean, she got in this situation after she'd been out with that Brad Sousa guy and was obviously very hurt from that situation. She thought, well, maybe I'll rebound to Jake Paul and see what happens. And somehow she's been tangled in his web, because not only is he an octopus, but he's an octopus that somehow like can grow a web. I just feel really sorry for the people that paid $50. I think there was 64,000 people or somewhere around that figure. So you can do the maths, because I haven't been to school for a while and I'm not sure what was it, 68,000 times $50 is, but it's a lot of money. I think it's about $3 million. Loads of people have complained and wanted a refund, and they might be getting them according to, I think it was Google or something like that, which this really showed it was just a bit too far. Now you'll be aware that at the end of these videos we have a bit of a word of the day, we have a comment of the day now, and today's is sombrero. It's a magnet, but it's a sombrero that I got from Mexico, so comment sombrero, I'll know you've watched to the end, and I'll know you're a true absolute hero. And to consolidate hero status, what you can do, you can go and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's at WadeyTC. It'll be on the screen somewhere here right about now, so go and do that if you want to do that. And if not, and you like this sort of content, then make sure to subscribe, because I'll be making it very, very often now that I can't put images on the screen. I mean, YouTube, if you would like to fix that issue, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, subscribe to keep up to date. And now I've ruined my outro. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.